Alright guys, so we have a Cabrio Whirlpool washer, and we're going to press start. Lid is locked. Take a listen. Pump is draining. That's your drain pump. Pump sounds bad, rough, but it's fine. That. Alright guys, so we're under the washer. Now, if you have your washer and you see that marking, that's your belt guard, I can actually see the belt is off. So the noise the machine is making is because it's trying to spin, the motor is trying to spin. You can actually see the belt off the motor, okay? And we're taking this off, and you can also see the nut is pretty much off, which tells you that the motor and the pulley and the belt are not doing what they're supposed to do. So the washer can't spin, washer can't wash. Whatever spinning it does is going to make a lot of noise. So always examine, get under here, take a look, take the cover off, and examine. Now when you put that nut back on, make sure you put some Loctite, and that will keep it from coming off. Now, two things. Why did this happen? Usually those are your suspension rods, and when the machine is overloaded, it pushes the basket, this inner piece, it is pushed all the way down. So imagine if that's the floor, it basically comes down, hits the floor stops it, and the pulley is turning, so it literally turns itself off and eventually causes the belt to come off balance and eventually walking off of the motor, and that's where we're at. Alright, so we're going to take the cover off, put some Loctite, reposition the belt if the belt is still good. If not, we'll change the belt. Stay tuned. Wanted you to see the belt, see how it was, what it looks like. As you can see, belt looks okay. Looks fine. So we're going to reuse the belt. The nut is definitely off. You can see it. And also, you can see that pulley has dropped. It's supposed to be up further. So we're going to reposition all those. I'm going to grab some gloves because they get pretty dirty, black, nasty. Alright, so belt is pretty loose. Just got to flip it back. Now, if your belt is off, just remember the ridge, that side, goes on the motor, okay? Now, see how that is loose? There's a good chance that this is no longer any good. So we're going to take it off and take a look at it. And what you're looking for on this is anything that is, you may say, damage. Looks fine. Not sure why it's shaking so much unless this is damaged. Motor looks good. Ah, I think I see it. Okay, you see the grooves. Yeah, we're gonna change this. See the grooves in the pulley. See how they're not straight? They're half good in the bottom, and then coming up to the edge, they're basically from the machine where it wasn't all the way up, and it just kept shaking and shaking. Yeah, that is not going to work. It's pretty walled out. In other words, it kept moving back and forth, and it damaged the top, so we're going to change that. Alright, so the belt is fine. That's your capacitor. That's your shifter. This is your drain pump. And while you're down here, it's good to take that off and that just to check, make sure there's nothing in your drain pump. And just gotta replace that. And we should be good. Alright, so we have a new hub on. Well, new as in from another machine. So we're gonna insert it all the way on and tighten it down. Yeah, this guy was pretty bad. Not sure if you can see it, but yeah. Right there. So you want to make sure you get a little bit of a Loctite. Goes a long way. I don't recommend the blue. I mean the red. Red is pretty heavy duty. You can put it on the nut or there, it doesn't matter. It goes the same place. Okay, now you want to make sure you go all the way on. Okay, you see how far the nut goes? It wasn't there before. Okay, and this was pretty loose, pretty shaky. Now it's pretty tight. We are going to replace that as well, since the other one is damaged. And the belt is, I don't know, we may just replace the belt as well. We do have another belt, so we'll replace it. It does have a little bit of distortion, so we'll just change it as well. Alright, the way I'd put the belt on, I like to start on the small pulley and set it right there in the large and just pretty much just work it, rotate it. But you have to watch the small pulley, otherwise it will walk right off of it, so keep that in mind. And then you can just readjust. And to adjust, all you do is basically push on the belt slightly until it walks. You'll find its resting place. Alright guys, so we have just gotten done checking the motor, the belt, and also the pulley, which was loose, and the noise that you're hearing. Let's take a listen. We're going to press start. It's in drain and spin. That's the pump. There we are.